The psychology of online haters, because they are hurting too. If you've ever been criticized by someone who doesn't know you, or judged by someone who hasn't really listened, or had something thrown at you online that just sat in your body long after you closed the app, I want you to know, this isn't going to be one of those videos that tells you to rise above it or just ignore it. Because that advice doesn't actually help the nervous system. What does help is understanding. When something finally makes sense, it loosens its grip on us. It stops replaying. It stops living rent-free in the body. So today, I want to talk with you about what's really going on psychologically when people lash out online, not to excuse it, but to take its power away from you. The first thing to understand, let's gently remove the word hater for a moment. Because when we label someone that way, it turns them into something flat and one-dimensional. And psychology is never flat. What we're usually seeing online isn't a type of person. It's a state someone is in, a moment where they feel small, stuck, unseen, frustrated, or overwhelmed. And something inside them needs release. The internet just happens to be the easiest place to put that energy. There's distance, there's anonymity, there's no requirement to repair the relationship afterward. So instead of sitting with what they're feeling, that energy gets sent outward, often at whoever happens to be visible. Why it can feel so personal? Here's the part that really matters. When someone comes at you online, your body doesn't analyze it rationally first. It feels it. The nervous system reads threat before meaning. So even when your mind knows, this person doesn't know me, your body still tightens. That doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're human. Understanding what's happening psychologically helps your body stand down. It says, oh, this wasn't actually about me. And that realization is regulating. Visibility is a trigger, and this surprises people. Something I think doesn't get said often enough. You don't have to be loud, arrogant, or controversial to trigger people. You just have to be visible. When someone expresses themselves calmly, honestly, creatively, it can act like a mirror. Not because you're trying to show anything off, but because your existence quietly asks a question they may not want to answer. If they can do that, why does my life feel so constrained? That question hurts when someone doesn't feel equipped to respond to it. So instead of turning inward, the energy turns outward, and suddenly you become the problem. If you've ever wondered why someone reacted so strongly to something that felt neutral or thoughtful, this is often why. It wasn't about the content. It was about what it stirred. Anger that never learned how to speak. A lot of online hostility is unprocessed anger. Not the explosive kind, the quiet, long-term kind. Anger that was never allowed, never taught, never given language. So it leaks out sideways as sarcasm, mockery, nitpicking, moral superiority. The internet becomes a container for emotions people don't know how to hold internally. Again, this doesn't justify harm, but understanding it stops you carrying something that was never yours to begin with. Why engaging rarely helps. This is a hard one, especially for thoughtful people. There's a belief that if we just explain ourselves clearly enough, or calmly enough, or kindly enough, the situation will resolve. But when someone is emotionally dysregulated, logic doesn't land as logic. It lands as threat. That's why arguments online so often spiral instead of settle. It's not because you didn't explain well. It's because the conversation was never actually about understanding. Sometimes the healthiest response isn't silence out of fear. It's discernment. Knowing when something doesn't deserve your nervous system. Why this hurts sensitive, thoughtful people. More people who reflect deeply tend to feel these things more. Because you care, because you self-examine, because you don't immediately dismiss feedback. That doesn't mean you need thicker skin. It means you need stronger boundaries and permission not to absorb everything. Being sensitive doesn't mean being unprotected. It means choosing where your energy goes. The bigger context, this matters. Online hostility isn't just about individuals. It's happening in a world where a lot of people feel disconnected from meaning, stability, and direction. There's grief underneath much of it, and fear, and frustration that doesn't know where to land. Understanding this doesn't make it your job to fix it, but it does help you stop internalizing it. The reframe that gives you back your power. Here's the reframe I want to leave you with. Power isn't being unbothered. Power is being regulated. Someone who is regulated doesn't need to tear others down to feel okay. So when someone tries to destabilize you, it's often because they don't feel steady themselves. That's not judgment, it's observation. And observation brings choice. If someone tries to dim your light, it's rarely because yours is too bright. It's often because theirs feels far away. You don't owe anyone your explanation. You don't owe anyone your energy. You keep the lantern steady. You walk your path without shrinking. Understanding restores your peace, and peace is not passive, it's strength. If this helped something finally make sense in your body, let that be enough for today. Understanding is freedom. Leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe. As always, this has been Valkyrie. Thanks for stopping by. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others.